Today, I'm going to show you how to turn a blank page into a buzzing city scene using just a pencil, a ruler, and one powerful concept. That's perspective.
So today we are drawing city scene which has a lot of composition of multiple elements. Usually लोग क्या करते हैं? एक city scene बनाया एकदम neat and clean. I don't do that. What I do in my drawing is I try to cover maximum elements ताकि maximum question solve हो. The first thing is that we have to draw the line of horizon. So what I'll do, I'll take the line of horizon at the base right now. Because according to the lesson which I taught in my day one, I told you when you need more scope on the top area, you give this space more and you give this space less. Okay. Now see what I'll do. Now taking the vanishing point here, it's totally up to you. Why I take in the center so that I get scope to draw a lot of elements on the left side and I get scope to draw elements on the right side. If you think that you just want to draw on the left side, take your vanishing point here and you draw entire city here. And if you want to draw on this side, take your vanishing point here and you draw your entire city or village on this side. So this is again an experimental lesson where we learn a lot of things. See, now this becomes my vanishing point. बहुत ध्यान से सुनिएगा, कोई बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है, relax. Okay, this becomes my vanishing point, VP, and I'll be using scale so that I can make you things understand in a better way. Now my first line which I'm taking is a road line. It's a road line. Okay, now I'm going to make a footpath. Now a footpath has two elements. The first element is the height of the footpath and the second element is where we walk. Am I correct? Height and the where we walk. So here, what I'll do, I'll take a point here and I'll take a point here, a close points. And what I'll do here, keep watching. I'll connect my first line to here and the second one from here to here. Now, I took this area for the footpath height and I took this area for the footpath walking area. Now, if you remember, all of you, that every object which is vertical on earth will be vertical on your page. Do you remember this concept? अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ हम लोग गलतियां क्या करते हैं. You will start with vertical line this way and after some time your lines will go this way, this way, this way, this way. Don't do that. I'm telling you what mistakes you will make. Now my second line, see, you just need to keep the scale and make sure your scale is parallel to your page. This way, and all my lines are going straight. Now this has become the height. Now still a lot of things are left. Now also remember, in 1 point perspective, this horizontal line has to be straight. If I make it tilted, what will happen? ये जो इंसान रहेगा ना, वो गिरना start हो जाएगा. So I have to make sure that my person, if I make a human being, he has to stand on the footpath, not fall on the footpath, right? So in this case, my lines will be horizontal, connecting to this point. Again horizontal. See, my footpath is ready. Now somebody said कि sir, इस footpath में मजा नहीं आ रहा. Now can we put some tiles on it? So if you want to put tiles, all you need to do is just make 2 more lines and it's done. Let me show you. Now let's say that I want tiles with equal distance. So I divided this entire thing into 3 equal parts. Can you see this? This is equal to this is equal to this, right? Now I'll connect this point and my vanishing point and I'll put a line. Watch. This line and this one, line 1. See, my tiles are ready. If I do it again from here to here, see this, my tiles are ready. Now see, it's a footpath where a person is walking and he will go there. Now comes is the building. Now to be very honest, every building is a cuboid. If you see this here, this line goes to the vanishing point. Can you see this? This line goes to the vanishing point. I'm going to draw my first building and my buildings are cuboid. So buildings बनाने के लिए आपको करना क्या है? All you need to do is take your vertical line. See, I'm using scale in this assignment because I don't want others to get confused. If you are capable of making freehand, make it freehand. My first building of this height. Now remember, any building which you are drawing, first building has to be the biggest one, the tallest one, because the other buildings will be proportionate to your first building. Okay, and watch, this will be my horizontal line and my other vertical line is here. Now if you notice, I have not ended the base of the building. Base is still there. Now where my base will end? My base will end at this point. Always remember, even if I'm making a hut or a house or a city scene or a building, the most of the things which I will see on the front side will be a proper shape, This is the front of the building. F stands for front. This particular point will run towards the vanishing point. You remember? I kept it this and it goes to my vanishing point. You can see this, right? So I'll take my scale from this point to this one. As we did it in the alphabets, I will connect it here. Now the base is already connected. Now there was a question, how to decide the width of the building or how to decide the distance between two buildings. Now see, on an average right now, this is one tile. So your first building can be covering two tiles. It's up to you. And honestly, if you ask me, there can be more tiles. Still, I'm just trying to take one tile for now. And I'll keep my scale this way. I'll take my pencil. I'll connect it here. Now you can see the side of my building is done. But honestly, it doesn't look like a building because every building in the beginning is a form. Now we are going to do some enhancement in it. Now let me show you. What you can do, you can divide the building into some equal parts. Right now I'm doing equal parts. Later there is an advanced version of it. I'm doing it equal distance manually. If you want to do it with a measurement, you can do that. Now after making this, you all can see there are some intersection points. This is the side part. These are the intersection points. Okay. Now every intersection points, remember this, side of the building has a direct relationship with vanishing point. If I say sides will run towards the vanishing point, that statement is true. So what I'll do, I'll connect this point and vanishing point and I'll mark the lines. But this time you have to be smart. You cannot just mark the lines and later erase the lines. What I'll do, I'll keep my scale to this point and vanishing point. Watch everyone. I'll just mark on the building area and remaining area I'll leave it. I'll give this here again from here and it's done. Keep watching, I'll complete this. And as I'm coming down, I'm making sure that my scale is still pointing towards the vanishing point. Every point is running towards the vanishing point. Now after connecting this, we will be working with a very mini structure and we'll also learn some part of comparative measurement. Now see, on an average, let's say that if I consider two sections, it is a door. It is the height of a door. So let's say I just made one line here. See, the door on the front side is working as a shape. It is a rectangle, but not the same thing on the side. If I make one vertical line here and another one here, you can see a kind of parallelogram here where the side of the windows or the door will look like this. Same concept with windows. If I make a line here, one line, two line, one line, two line. So see, this becomes my first window. This becomes my second window. Okay. Now again, if I make the same thing on the side area, one line, two line, again, one line, two line. Okay, and if I shade this area, you can see the side of the windows, they look like this. Keep watching how things will be connected, slowly, gradually चीजें connect होती जाएंगी. Now see, I'm increasing some more elements in this. Now somebody said, sir, what if there is a hut in this city? So to make the hut, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a different color. Now let's say the shape of the hut will be, I'm making it freehand, watch. Now starting from this point, everyone, very important and very beautiful question. Let's say I want to keep a distance between two things, from this building to a hut. Okay, what will happen? Let's say I want to keep a distance between from here to here. Okay, sir, I want my hut to start from this point. So what will happen if I connect a line here? So my this brown area is a street between the building and the hut. I'm saying it before I start. Let me show you why. Now this becomes the base, and I'm taking a line which is going behind the building. Am I correct? It's going behind the building, because if you see the entire house or if you see the entire hut somewhere here, that means you have kept a lot of distance. तो हमें इतना ज़्यादा distance नहीं छोड़ना है. So the shape of the hut will be this way. And why I am overlapping? Because that side is invisible. So what I'll do, I'll make some dotted lines there. This way. And this way. And this way. And all this part is what? It's dotted lines. See why I have taken dotted lines? Because this dotted area is behind my building. Right now you may see and you may say, sir, ये तो उड़ रही है हवा में, because we have not connected the other things. Now the only visible area is this much. Remember this. And the other area is hidden behind this thing. So what I'll do, I'm going to make this area dark so that you are able to see it well. Watch. Keep following, and also follow the video later so that if you have any questions you can ask. Okay, now again the same concept. All my corners will go towards vanishing point. So now let's connect it. I'll connect it with pencil first. I'll take the top of the house, connect it to vanishing point. Then I'll take this corner, or maybe this corner. I'll connect to the vanishing point. Watch. And this one is already connected. Now if you notice, my house right now, the hut is unlimited. It's going towards the vanishing point. It doesn't have an end. Now somebody said, sir, that the width of the house, like the distance of the house, should be equal to this one. Are you getting my point? It should be equal to this one. So what we did basically, we took at least one tile, right? One tile distance. So I'll calculate, this is the first tile, it ends here. Can you see this? From here to here. So my first line will be from here to here, and it will be a vertical line. Because it's a side house, you won't be able to see a lot of things. After here, now when you see this area, okay, when you see this area, this line and this line has to be parallel. Now let me tell you what mistake will you make. आप क्या करोगे? आप इसको ऐसे बना दोगे. गलत है. कुछ लोग ऐसे बना दोगे, वो भी गलत है. This is incorrect. All you need to do is make sure you move your scale parallelly, and you stop at a point where the shade of the tree exceeds a little bit, थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा नहीं, and you connect here to here, and you can see the top of the house is done. And after that, take the eraser, erase the unwanted lines. Okay, and here you can just add some lines. and it's done. Okay, now more things, we are going to add more things. देखते जाइए. Now somebody said कि sir, what about the trees? What can we do with the trees? Remember, even trees follows proportion. If there is one particular tree with a particular proportion, let's say there is a tree which is just next to this house, and the trunk of the tree is this much. So now all my trees will follow the same proportion. The base of the trees goes here, and the height of the tree is this much right now. So if I make a tree which is little bit far, what will happen? It will be within the range. But what is happening? It is compressing. You can see see the width of the tree? It is getting compressed. Why this compression happens? Because as the things go far from you, the cone of angle reduces. What I'm talking about, I'll just explain you. If I keep an object, this is your eyes. If there is a particular object जिसकी height इतनी है, so the angle which is formed will be this much. This will be the first angle. If the same object goes very far, I'm drawing parallel lines so that I can draw the same length. It goes very far. Now I want you to see the angle. Watch everyone.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more easy to follow art lessons.
एक. Now, can you see this? The angle has reduced. Can you see this? The angle has reduced, right? You know what? The same thing happens when the object goes below or the object goes on the height. Let me show you. The height of the object right now is 4.5 centimeters. Watch everyone. This is 4.5. अगर यही same object नीचे जाता है कुछ यहाँ पे, and if I take the same marking, can you see? Same length, right? Now again I'll show you the angle. Let me erase it right now so that you are able to see the angle. Watch. This is the eyes. I'm going to connect one point to the base and the other one to the top. See, can you all see? The angle is so tiny. The actual size or the actual height or the actual photograph, whatever you take or you see, it always at the eye level and at a particular distance. If you see a person coming from so far and if you judge the person, अरे वो तो बहुत छोटा है, the height is too less, don't judge it. Let the person come close to you, you'll understand. Same thing applies here. If the leafy area is this much height, now this is my leafy area, okay? Now the starting of the tree, I'll just make it green so that it looks good. See, this is the base and this is the height. That means all other leaf which travel from here to here to here will be proportionate to this one. So what I'll do, I'll take this height to this one, connect again from here to here, from here. So now if I want to make the second one, this one, the third one. But you know what will be the difference? If my first tree is very dark, my second tree will be light and the last one will be the lightest. Now let's say somebody said, what about the lines of the highway? Highway की lines भी वही follow करती हैं. Let's say कि highway की lines यहाँ पे हैं. So I'll make my first strip and connect this one to here and here. Now all you need to do is understand there is a law of compression. Okay, अब ये law of compression बहुत technical term है, and I'm going to teach you this law of compression and let me show you how it works. So before I apply here, I'm going to show you in a next page कि how I'm going to calculate the law of compression. Everyone, ये topic तो बिल्कुल नहीं miss करने वाला, नहीं करना है, because this is something which you will not find it anywhere. Now let's say कि this is a wall. एक छोटा सा wall लिया मैंने. and this wall is in perspective. Everyone, बहुत important lesson. This wall is in perspective, which goes from here okay, from here to here. Now if I ask you what is the center of the wall, many of you will say this. That's incorrect. I'm telling you, when you see things in perspective, you know what is the center? The diagonal lines are the center.
You told this, no, sir. Diagonals draw करके where the diagonals meet, the center point will be the center.
Exactly, ma'am. And ma'am, with the help of a continuous diagonal points, we will be able to understand the law of compression. Let me just show you. I took this. This is the law of compression. So this becomes the center of the wall right now. Watch, keep watching, देखते जाइए आप लोग. And this becomes the center of the wall. So now this is the center of this and this. Okay, जाहिर सी बात है, the things which are near to us, you see more of it. And if they are far, you see less of it. So logically, this is the center. Now let me show you more. Now we want the center between this and this. Right? So I don't want you to get confused, but I'm writing it here 1 so that you can understand in which order did I make the lines. And I'm going to take the eraser, erase this one. Keep watching, बहुत ही interesting है. एक बार समझ में आएगा, it will be useful everywhere. Okay, now watch. Now I want center between this. Okay, so what I'll do, again, I'll take diagonal between from this corner to this corner and from here to here. I'm going to make a lot of lines. Now watch, this is the center. This one. Now for this one, again diagonal. From here to here. And I got this point, and this is the division. So right now what I've done, 1, 2, 3, 4. I divided this entire wall into 4 equal parts. Okay. Now if you notice something here, the distance between this and this goes in a decreasing order. Did you notice this? Okay, all those who didn't notice, okay, if you didn't notice, you can simply measure it for yourself. See, I made this one the second one, and this is the third one. So if I connect all the diagonals, so this entire area is 10 centimeters. Now from here to here is 6.5 centimeters. From here to here, it's 5 centimeters. And my last section is around 3.5. Can you see this in the decreasing border? That's how we calculate when we are standing on the ground area. This is a very tall building, and when you are standing on this ground and you see towards the building, you know what happens? Let me show you. Let me make proper keyword. This is just a rough example. What happens? Till this point, everything is good, and the moment you go on the top, anyone, if you notice something, can you help me to answer?
So the distance between the lines starts to decrease.
Exactly. Why it happens? If you remember, the same scale which was here, when it went down, it happens the same, right? Same way, when this is your eyes, and if this object, even if it is same height, what happens? The angle, every time the angle, it goes on the top, and can you see it's decreasing? Can you see the angle is decreasing? That is the reason the law of compression happens. So when you see it here, और आपको कोई चीज perspective में दिखती है, for example, if I just show you the paintings, I'll just show you right now. Just a minute. If I show you some paintings here, अब देखिए जो paintings आपको पास में दिख रही हैं, वो बड़ी हैं, और दूर जाते जाते what has happened? वो perspective में compress होना start हो गया है. Same thing on this side. You can see it, right? So this is what I'm trying to explain. कि perspective में law of compression is very important. Okay. Now coming back to the point. Now I will control lines manually. My first line here will be more. Keep watching. And manually what I'll do as I go there, I'll reduce some. I'll reduce less. More. And that's how I control the line. All you need to do is, if the first one is 10 centimeters, make it 9, make it 8, make it 7, 6, reduce it a bit. And that's how it will look realistic. Right? And for your better view, you can erase one and you can keep one. This way it will look better. Watch. Right? The same law happens in the street pole. Let's say there are street poles which are here. Now this side is too much complex. So I'm going to take an example of street pole here. Please watch. Let's say my first street pole here is very tall, taller than this one. I'm not using comparative proportion right now. Let's say the first one is 18 centimeters height and the width of the pole is this much. I'm making it this much. Watch. So logically what you need to do is first line up all the poles. Line up all the poles. So what I'll do, I'll take the base point. I'll take the base point and I'll also take the top point from here to here. Now all my street poles will go this order. But remember something. You need to maintain the law of compression, which I taught you. Okay? In law of compression, what do you do? First, now how do you maintain the law of compression this way? It becomes very difficult. But we have a line of horizon. Let's use this. So my second pole can be here. My third one can be here. And another one can be here. And the last one can be here, then here. Now can you see? This one is more, then less, then less, then less, and less. Right? The same law which we have learned here. Okay? So now what I'll do, I'll keep my scale very easy. I'll put a line here, another one. Now what I need to maintain, the width here needs to be reduced. See, now this pencil is too big, right? As it goes far, what is happening? It reduces and reduces and reduces. Same way, the width of this is here right now this much. I'll reduce more. Then another one. I'll reduce more. Then another one. I'll reduce more. Then another one. Reduce more. Then one more. Keep watching. Watch. Now remember, the base has to be a rectangle 90 degrees. So I am making a rectangle 90 degree. Right now they are just a rectangle. We have not given any shading. Now somebody said, say, what about the lights? Now let's say the lights are coming little bit outside till this angle. The width of the rod is very tiny, this much. So all the rods will follow the proportion. So how to make the proportion work here? I'll take a mark here to my vanishing point. I already have a vanishing point line here. So all my marks will be between this. Keep watching. Now somebody said, Kisa, what about the light? Okay, what about light? Again, the same thing. What kind of light do you want to put? Do you want to put a circular shape light? Let's put a circular shape light. If this is a circular shape light here, so I'll take the entire width and connect it to the vanishing point. You know, like if you just know that vanishing point is controlling everything, I'm telling you, most of the work is easy. See this. I've taken these two lines from here, it's going here. So iska bhi, it will be within the circle. Do not get confused between a lot of lines. So it becomes very easy for you to control. If there are 3 to 4 people standing in one line of horizon, they will look same. But I also told you, there are special cases. Agar ek baap apne bacche ke saath hai, if a father is with the son, what will happen? Right? Now let me show you. Now let's say the head of the father is here and the entire body of the father is here. I'm not making the entire human figure. जब हम human figure पढ़ेंगे तब हम देखेंगे. But right now I'm just making the basic this thing. This is the father right now. Keep watching. Again the same law. The head will follow the vanishing point. The body will follow the vanishing point, right? So let's make it very quickly. I'll connect to the vanishing point. The base. The neck area connecting. And the head. What I'll do, I'll simply make the head line here. I'll make another head. I'll make another head. All the heads are there. Now the question is, what if there is a child or a taller person who's standing next to it? You don't have to worry. What you do, you just make one person or one small boy next to the nearest one. Always remember, nearest one. Let's say the height of the person is just randomly this to this. You will follow the same law. You will follow the same law and it's done. Again, I'll take the head mark, the top head mark from here to the vanishing point. And from here to here. See, Aditya, your question. Now all the heads are here. Now the body is still left, right? The base of the body is this, right? I'll put one more mark to the base of the body. I'm taking the corner so that it becomes easy for me to maintain. And all the bodies will finish from here to here. The same law will follow if the person is taller. The same law. And this is how what happens. It looks a photographic view. It looks good, it looks clean. But what we used to do, if we are composing things, हमारा एक इंसान यहाँ बना है तो दूसरा हवा में उड़ रहा है. We need to maintain the gravity which is here. Adding few more elements, which I'm doing. Few more elements. Now let's say there is a cloud which is here. Now do you know the cloud also follows the vanishing point? Let me show you how. The edge of the clouds from here to here, I'll connect. Now from this edge to this edge, I'll connect. I know there are a lot of lines, but you just need to understand. So my other clouds will go here, here. I'll tell you why this happens. So the cloud which is near to you, they are big. And the clouds which are far from you, they are small. Now let me give you a different view why it happens, okay? Remember this cloud. Let's say this is the earth. Okay, this is the earth. And we, as a very tiny person, we are standing here. Okay, keep watching. Now there is a cloud here which is very big. Now the same, this is troposphere. Okay, so this is another cloud. This is another cloud. Cloud plane थोड़ी होता है. Right, now see what is happening. My first cloud is giving me this view. I'm able to see it big. See the angle, notice the angle. My second cloud from here to here. See the angle. My third cloud from here to here. See the angle. That is the reason the cloud number 1, 2, 3, according to perspective, cloud number 1 will look big. Cloud number 2, according to vanishing point, 2 looks small. Cloud number 3 looks smaller. 1, 2, 3. That's how the things compresses. That's how the distance works. Right? So that's how this works. The same law happens with the birds. The same law happens with some other elements. Now there is a very common question in most of my classes. What if there is a balcony in this building? Remember, take balcony is a cuboid. Take balcony as a cuboid. Now where do you want to fix the balcony? Let's say we want to fix the balcony in this floor. Okay? This floor. This is my entire area for the balcony. Let me shade it a little bit so that you all can connect. Now the balcony on front and the balcony on side will be different. Now for many of you, the balcony in the front is very simple. You don't have to do anything. But the balcony in the side is difficult. Now let me show you. Now see, this is a side. So how our balcony looks like, we need to extend the balcony little bit. See, I've extended little bit. The wall has been extended now. Okay. So now this wall and this wall are on the same plane. Keep watching. I'm also going to erase the unwanted lines so that it becomes easy for you to relate. So this wall I have increased. Can you see this? Okay. Now I have got 2 new corners. Am I correct? Can you see this? I'll connect those 2 new corners towards the vanishing point. From this one to the vanishing point. I'm not connecting it entirely, but I'm just going to connect a little bit. And this one to this. And I also got one more corner, which is this one. Right? So first let me erase it well. I also have this corner, right? Which is the base of the balcony, right? So I'll take this and this. Now somebody will ask me, sir, how to decide where the balcony will end? Very simple logic. I extended this line, if you remember, and I took help of these 2 points. There were 2 points. Am I correct? If you remember, those 2 points were going and intersecting here. I repeat, please watch a very close look. It will help you a lot. If you remember, I started the balcony from this to this and this to this. Am I correct? Now this part needs to be extended a little bit here, here. And you simply connect this line. And if I erase the unwanted lines, you will see a balcony there. So now to make you, to give you a clear understanding, let me erase more unwanted lines. The lines which are inside this, I will erase it. Keep watching. So now let me show you. Now this is the front part of the balcony. This is the grill area where you can put the grills. And this part is the base of the balcony. The area which has come a little bit outside the balcony. So if you notice, this entire thing is a cuboid which is connected. Nothing new. So in the beginning, you will struggle a little bit, but I want you to make it incorrect so that when you make correct or when I give you correction, it becomes a permanent memory for you. So this is how I have just made it manually so that you can understand. Now somebody said, "Sir, what about if there is a water tank on the top?" That is also, see why I'm covering all this, because all my life students have asked me all this question. So I just make one drawing for the day and I try to put everything there so that you can just relate it. Now a water tank is a cuboid or cylindrical, but cylindrical perspective is a different lesson, so I won't do that right now. Let's say it's a cuboid. So what is the shape of the cuboid? The basic shape of the cuboid is what? I didn't say cube, a cuboid. It's a rectangle, am I correct? Let's say I want to make a smaller size. I don't want to make a bigger one. If you remember, all the corners will be connected to vanishing point, am I correct? Keep watching. This will go from here to here. I won't take the entire line, but I'll just take a little bit. Can you see this? They're connected. Now my tank is unlimited. It's not even connected right now. Okay. Now remember, the end point of the tank cannot go beyond the building. It has to be within this parameter. ये building के इस parameter के अंदर ही होना चाहिए. Remember this. So what I'll do, I'll just end it here, somewhere inside. We need pillars, right? Right now the tank is floating. Tank is floating, right? Now the pillars are also cuboid. It's very simple. Now for those, if you think it's difficult, you simply put 1-2 line and it's done. It will work as a shed or it will work as a tank. Okay, you can just take a line and it's done. But all those who want to go beyond, for them. Now this is the front side of the pillar. This area, watch. I'll shade it entirely so that it becomes clear for you. Entire front side. Now there is a width which I will see here, and I'll just put a mark here this way. And the other part of the tank I won't be able to see. You know why I won't be able to see? Let me show you why. It's the same tank, is the same concept. If the tank is here, I'm not able to see this part of the tank. Did you get the point? And if I'm not able to see, why should I make? That's it. Same way in art, we draw what we see. We do not draw what we don't see. Right? Let's say there is a name plate or there is a bus plate on the pole, and the size of the bus pole is, the advertisement is this much. Now if you notice, this is also a shape. All my corners will go and connect to this one. Here, and this one also. Do not get confused. At the end, I'm going to be very careful when I'm marking the line. So these two lines, watch, these two lines are going from here to here. I got a point here. Now this one is traveling from here to here. I got a point here. That means the height of this will reduce to this one. And I'll just make a horizontal line. And I'll make this C. It's done. Same way this one and this one and this one. As it goes far, it reduces. Now some of you can also ask me questions. So what about a building which is very far? Which is very far? You simply start with a shape. No one has stopped you, right? Now let's say there's a building which is very tall, taller than this one, and it's very far. I'll just make it very tiny. Now see, this is the front of the building. This entire thing, see. This is the front of the building. No matter your building goes very far, vanishing point will still gravitate the corners, the side area. This one will still come to the home and it will be connected to the vanishing point here. Now just tell me, if a building is very far, will you be able to see the side? You will see it, but you will see it very less, right? So what I'll do, I'll just keep my scale and I'll just take this much. and I'll mark it this way. And what I'll do, I'll take my eraser and erase the unwanted marks. Now see, this is the front of the building and this is the side of the building, and this building is very far. Starts from this way. That's how the things on the earth are controlled by one point vanishing point. Now it's a disclaimer, all the elements which I have taken in this particular drawing were purposely taken to explain you one point perspective. Anything related to 2 point perspective will be covered later.
Thank you for watching. See you in the next one and happy sketching.